Hi everyone, welcome back to Nourished with Ruth. This is Ruth, your clinical nutritionist registered working in Kenya in a clinical setup, and I'm here to demystify some of the things that I see, some of the mysteries and misconceptions that I see surrounding nutrition in our setup, especially here in Kenya. And given that I interact with quite a number of people on a daily basis, so kindly hit the subscribe button if this sounds like something that you're interested in. And I can assure you that I'm going to be teaching you nutrition that is real for real life. So you don't have to worry about counting calories and getting nutrition jargons in this channel. I'm going to teach you things that are so basic that you and everyone else in your household and in your circle would understand. So to start us off for today, we are going to be talking about pregnancy, and specifically in pregnancy, preconception nutrition, pregnancy nutrition, and postnatal nutrition. Yes, so before we continue, kindly hit the subscribe button. Let's grow together. If you know someone who needs this information, invite them to watch the video, share the video, and let me know what are your thoughts at the end of the video in the comment section. So we start us off with preconception nutrition. To start us off with preconception nutrition, this is when you find out or when you plan that you want to get pregnant. There are things that you need to take. There are steps that you need to take to ensure that by the time you're carrying that pregnancy, your body is ready for that. So some of the things that people do is go see a gynecologist for your health, to make sure that you're fertile and all that. But what we skip mostly is the nutrition aspect of your body. So you need to make sure that you have enough calcium levels, enough iron levels, enough vitamin D levels. Why did I include vitamin D? Because calcium, for it to be absorbed in the body, it needs vitamin D. So when you have higher calcium than vitamin D, your calcium levels are higher than those of vitamin D, then there is a problem. They need to be at a balance at all times, because when one is high, it lowers the other. So when vitamin D is very high, calcium goes down. So that's the essence of you coming to see a nutritionist like myself to explain to you what it is that you actually need. So when we talk of preconception nutrition, I'm talking about 3 months before pregnancy. You're supposed to prepare your body by taking a lot of healthy foods, ensuring that your body is healthy, hydrating adequately, taking foods rich in iron, taking foods rich in vitamin C to help in absorption of the iron, taking whole grains to ensure that you get your calcium, being active, that is being physically active, just to ensure that your body is in the right state. So yes, now we've done that. What do you ask, what are the supplements that I can take? If you've not gone to a nutritionist or you've not gone for a medical checkup, what I generally recommend would be start off with a multivitamin, multi-mineral. So take a supplement that has both vitamins and minerals in it, in that tab, and take it for 3 months. If you do discover that you have a certain deficiency, and especially iron levels, calcium levels, get that sorted out first as a woman. And then as a man, you need to make sure before you try, you and your partner try to have a baby, you need to make sure that your zinc levels are okay, your selenium levels are okay. So how do you do that? You just go in for a checkup. Once you get your checkup, you can start with your supplements. If you're not willing to go for the checkup, we start with the multivitamin. So this goes for both genders. Multivitamin, multimineral for both genders. Both the man and the woman need to take this to ensure that their bodies are ready. So now we've fallen pregnant. What do we do? For the lady, you need to now start taking healthy foods. Take your fruits, increase your servings of food. And especially once we hit the second trimester going to the third trimester, now you start increasing your food servings. Doesn't start at the beginning. So comes in the question of cravings in pregnancy. When you're having cravings in pregnancy, mostly it's cravings for sugary things, it's cravings for cold things, and especially ice, or cravings for things like non-food items. Especially I see people eat soil stones, specific stones that are used by pregnant mothers. So that tells you that your body, there's something that is lacking. When you're craving ice, it tells you that your iron levels are low. That is where you go get your HB checked on your first ANC visit, and then you find that your HB is quite low. When you find out that, do something about it to make sure that you have enough blood for both you and your baby. When your calcium levels are low and other micronutrients, that's when we start craving non-food items, especially soil. And mostly it's usually, you see, when it rains and that smell of soil when it first rains, people crave that. Or you're craving very salty things. So ideally those are signs of micronutrient deficiencies. So when that happens, and we call that pica. So you shouldn't be taking non-food items because you're increasing your chances of having appendicitis, because those non-food items, the stones and everything, they'll go get stored in your appendix, and then once it's full or it gets inflamed, it has to be removed out of your system, because it is dangerous having an inflamed appendix in your system. So basically, when you find yourself craving non-food items, come in for a checkup and get your multivitamins, multiminerals, continue taking them, and within a week you should have there should be the cravings should subside and eventually go away once you have enough in your system. So the other thing that we say, the most important things that you need to take as soon as you find out you're pregnant, they are iron and phosphorus, folate supplements. This means that you take your iron and folate supplements throughout your pregnancy. There is no point in time that you should stop taking them. So why are you taking the iron and folate? One, they help in development of your baby, ensuring that your baby does not get born with congenital deformities. And also, it also helps you have enough blood in your system, because at the end of the day, remember, the process of childbirth comes with blood loss. So for the blood that you're going to be losing, you need to make sure that you have sufficient that might not require for you to have blood donated for you, because sometimes in emergency cases, when we have PPH, which is postpartum hemorrhage, we might need more blood. But in under normal circumstances, you shouldn't have to get transfused, because it's something that you can prevent. I say this, once you've given birth, you're continuing to breastfeed exclusively for 6 months. Remember, this is a human being who is fully dependent on you. So you continue with the supplementation, the multiminerals, multivitamins, and continue with them for up to the 6 months that this baby is dependent on you. Why? Because you also need to make sure that you have enough stores for you. So after pregnancy, all the other things that you need to do is just increase the rate at which you hydrate your body. Yes, your food intake might increase, but what increases even more is how you hydrate, because this ensures that you have enough breast milk. So that's it for today's video. Let me know if you have any questions, if you'd want a part 2 of this, but that is important information that I thought we should know. Until next time, guys, see you on the next one, and stay nourished with Ruth. Bye, guys.